Okay. Are we live now? To how many viewers? 4. Hi, 4 viewers. A stone's throw from the Capitol Beltway. It is the Potomac Curling Club at the National Capital Curling Center. It's 9 a.m. I don't have those words straight. It's 9 a.m. and I was up at 7 a.m. yesterday reffing soccer games in the rain before I came out here all afternoon. I'm Bo Dewar. I complain a lot. I'm here with Freya, who is young and doesn't have enough to complain about yet. And I'm here with Dylan, who is on top of things and therefore doesn't complain because he has better things to do. These are the C and D event semifinals, which means the unfortunate souls who win this game have to play again at noon. Is that a good way of putting it?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably the best way to put it.
Probably, yeah. I mean, someone who shall remain nameless, who organized this spiel herself and is playing right now, said, yeah, I know you're all hoping you win, but kind of hoping you don't win, so you don't have to play again. So this is not an uncommon thing to think. So I will run through all the people who are playing in this when we have, probably at the end of the first end, when we have more than 3 people watching, one of whom is me. Of course, I don't know. It seems like yesterday people kept coming up to me and saying, oh, yeah, I was watching the webcast yesterday afternoon. And I'd say, no, you weren't. We had 8 viewers. And it reminded me of how people kept going up to Wilt Chamberlain and saying, Wilt, I was in the Garden the night you scored 100 points. And he would smile and say, okay, cool. And he'd be nice enough not to point out, why are you showing me, Ken? Okay.
What else is there to show, Brew?
There are cool outfits out there. I'm Bo. She's Freya.
Dylan, Ken over here. I might hang out some too.
Okay. So, anyway, so Wilt Chamberlain would hear from people saying, Wilt was in the Garden the night you scored 100. He would manage to resist the natural impulse to say, that's good because I wasn't in the Garden when I scored 100. I was in Hershey, Pennsylvania. What are you doing to... Okay, I was just about to have all my teams lined up and ready to go, and Freya took over my computer. In case you didn't know, Freya runs our Saturday morning breakfast program, which we welcome newbies to. I'm her assistant, along with Kevin White and Keith Wood. We are all her assistants. Freya is now typing on my behalf. While she's doing that, I'm going to try to figure out who is playing which colors, and I can... Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Freya. So now I can see that Courtney Flynn's team strap-on sliders is red. Lesbiyinz and Yinzers from Pittsburgh. I assume that has something to do with Pittsburgh dialect. They are yellow. Over on sheet D, I recognize some of these people. I recognize the team We Swept With Your Boyfriend, featuring 4 people who I doubt would normally say that in normal conversation. They are from Potomac, and they had a really big win over a different Potomac team yesterday. And it appears that they are red. Over on A, there's someone playing in place of May Eaton for We Are Knuff, and it appears they are red. And I should know the teams on C, and I don't. Well, one of them is Dairy Queens. Dairy Queens is apparently not yellow. Therefore, by process elimination, they are green. Red. So I think all the teams I had listed first are red. Now, I have no idea who has hammer in each of these games. Hopefully, they will be nice enough to put them all up accurately on the scoreboards at the far end. So now that we are up to... 5 people on this webcast this morning. What? Freya, what are you doing to my computer? What? I like that. Oh, this is an interesting delivery here. This is a stick/broom delivery from the lead on Lesbiyinz and Yinzers. Do we have experts in Pittsburgh dialect who can tell me what that refers to? Is Yinz like something that people in Pittsburgh say a lot? Where are Jackie and Josh when we need them?
Yeah, it's Pittsburgh. It's just the plural of you.
Okay.
So that's why if you they're not wearing their shirts today, but their team shirts say Yinz is a gender-neutral term.
Well, technically, so is you. Technically, so is y'all. And being from Georgia, that's what I would put in. I'd like to give a shout-out to my Georgia Bulldogs for winning a big one yesterday. And to those of you who are Philadelphia Phillies fans, I hope you can't make it to the club this afternoon and you are stranded in the wilderness for years. Oof. Anyway. How are we doing today, folks?
Well, we got a lot of guards going on here.
Yep.
And when you get a lot of guards, more guards just pile onto those guards often happens. So that's kind of what I expect to see, even more guards coming up on our feature sheet B.
Well, we had the debate yesterday with Christine over the most exciting score in an end. She maintains that if a lot of ones are being posted up, or in our case, score cards that are one over from the other, because we have those scoreboards where you count by point rather than by end, like not the baseball type scoreboards, not like all our friends who are playing in Switzerland with these electronic scoreboards, fancy dancy, la-di-da-di-da. Anyway, Christine Dobbs, to whom I owe a great debt because she was the vice for my team that won the Big Spiel a couple of years ago. And also, she's just a great person. She was insisting that one is not the loneliest number. One is the best curling scorer. I disagree with that, and which says a lot. So, Freya, what do you think? What's most exciting scoring curling? What do you think? Freya does not have her headset on. So we just had a raise of a guard, essentially. On our feature sheet, Sheet B, there are lots of rods to play on Sheet D because Lena always plays fun games. Lena, a proud associate of our Saturday morning program, just as Freya is. If you want to learn to curl, if you want to get better at curling, you come out Saturday mornings. Sign up by 8:01 to be sure that you get in. We give people their first skipping experience, as we did for Lena, as we have for several other people over there. Means you don't have to be skipped by me.
It's a nice little in-off there.
On B?
Yep.
Wow. I was distracted by all the rods to play on D. I will look at B and see that yellow, Lesbiyinz, and Yinzers are in pretty good shape. Am I supposed to eat like some sort of like specific food? Like, isn't there some sort of like Pittsburgh restaurant I'm supposed to eat at when I talk about that? I want to say it's like heaping piles of pastrami, but do I have that like confused with the garbage plate in Rochester?
What are they eat a lot of pierogies there, don't they? Is that right?
Oh, okay. So yeah, that would have. I am wearing a Ukraine shirt, so that ties in with our Embassy Row Ukraine last year. We were doing Embassy Row Philippines this year, by the way, and someone tried to recruit me to chip in and help some. To which I laughed and ran into the woods and cried for a while because I ran it last year. We are to vice rots in our feature game. And interesting strategy when you find yourself with one rock that is behind a big stagger. I mean, like those guards are staggered like it's Sunday morning and they were at the Glitterbahn till 2 a.m. last night. They are staggered like that. I assume people were here till 2 a.m. last night. Is that a safe bet?
Well, I didn't get out of here until almost 1 because our feature game on Sheet B...
Yes, did not start on time.
In fact, it didn't start until almost 10:45.
Right.
Or 10:15, whichever.
Yeah, I looked at the webcast and saw... I decided to peek at it last night and say, "Oh, what happened?" And then I realized that the webcast window is like 4 hours. I went, "What happened?"
Yeah. They wanted to enjoy the entertainment before taking to the ice. And
it is quite a show.
It was.
Yeah. Would you have wanted this guard here, or would you have wanted this in the house?
I think I would have wanted that in the house.
I think so, because you can just put in the top 12, and it's serving the work of a guard. We have still been debating the proper term for a scoring guard, or a shard, or a gaw, something that fills both purposes.
I think you can just go with a good rock.
Okay. Well, they're all good rots in their own way.
Or a biting guard, but that's not a very exciting term.
No, that just sounds like something went horribly wrong during the filming of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I thought it sounded more like a German Shepherd, but...
Oh, that too.
That too. Laura Yee has decided that rock is a bad rock and therefore needs to be taken away. Courtney, as you can hear, agrees with that, and she is trying to get rid of both the guard and the... Oh dear.
Well, that was interesting. Her rock just kind of ended up going sideways, which you don't see often.
It was one of those things where the throw, from a technical standpoint, was very good.
Yep.
The outcome, probably not what they wanted, because they took out their own that was biting over on the left-hand side, as we're looking at it from down the sheet. Bumped another yellow even further under guard, and their shooter did not stay. I believe we would call that unlucky.
Well, the shooter stayed in play, and it's just off in the wings there, because it kind of did the weird, moved a little bit up sheet, I believe.
It's in play, but it's not of play, I think. It's not like the play within the play in Hamlet, where they try to make the king all upset and so forth. And it doesn't really work. Can you tell that my son is in 12th grade English? So.
Okay, they're going to try to get this guard to bite. Nope.
No. That one's definitely more of a guard.
That's a 3 guard, basically.
Yep.
Do you use the pennies to tell you whether it's a 1, 2, or 3 guard, or are those too imprecise? Because a 3 guard would really be a wider. Well, I think a 1 guard might be a wider range than that.
Yeah, no, I don't use the pennies to communicate to my skip.
Yeah.
At all. Because I suppose some teams might, but why can I not hear myself now?
I heard you till just a second ago.
Okay, so
you're still coming through.
Well, why I can't hear myself in my own ears now.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
in your own ears.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you fine, Dylan.
Okay, that's
and
weird.
you can hear us, but not you? That's not right.
It's like suddenly it went down.
I don't see how that can happen.
Unless somebody adjusted something with the mixer.
The mixer has been by
Well,
itself.
it does look like the volume levels have been bumped up and down a little bit there.
Courtney's first shot is to get past that not biting guard, that 3.1 guard, I'd call it a pie guard, it's 3.14. And Courtney probably wanted to get that rock into the rings. It will wick off there and be just a bit short of there. So the Yinzers still line 2. Our other gains.
Yeah, if you're watching Sheet C, this is the last yellow rock on Sheet C. Their yellow is sitting 1 at the moment. 2. Yellow is sitting 2 at the moment. But red will have hammer.
Yellow about to be sitting 3.
That's what they're going for.
Are they not lying 4?
No, because there's that red rock. And
is the red rock in the back out counting the one that's on the...
Matter of fact,
okay.
I think the red's out counting the one that was just... Well, it's close.
Okay.
Dylan can throw the house view on there, the 50%. Okay, might as well do the all house at this point, yeah.
Yeah, because we're to the point where everybody's going to be throwing hammers pretty soon.
A lot of rocks in play on all sheets.
Yeah. And on sheet A, the hammer was just delivered, I believe.
No, there's still a red rock sitting there.
Or are they sweeping it?
No,
no, there is a red rock still to
yeah.
be thrown. Okay.
So we got hammer coming in on sheet C. So that's the one we're watching
so that's
right
our
now.
first one. Yep. And that is a throw against one, two or three.
I think they're trying to hit and stick on the yellow in the back, but it's not sweeping and not curling enough. But it might get a little tick. Oh, just enough tick.
Oh,
a lucky tick.
Nice. Okay, so one
for
Dairy Queens. That's right.
Okay. On let's see.
Sheet D is the last red rock. Sheet A is going to be our next hammer.
But sheet D is the next rock you're going to see. So on sheet D,
Yeah.
the last red rock coming in, red sitting one. They're probably trying to guard it.
And barely getting across the hog line.
As long as it gets across, it's going to help. Hey, that's a pretty good guard.
Yep. All right,
Yeah,
hammer on
good
A
guard.
now. Hammer on A, and we are Knuff facing one. Can he get to that yellow one and score two?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yes, he can. Nicely done by We Are Knuff, the Ardsley / San Francisco / Triangle / Potomac Club,
Okay,
playing a team from Granite.
On sheet
Feature sheet.
Sheet B just
Sheet B.
sailing through. Red rock, the last red rock sailed through.
Oh dear, that is a steal of 3.
No, there's still a.
No, yellow has the hammer.
That's a
So-
three plus.
Yeah.
And not a steal.
Right.
Yeah, so, yeah, yellow is looking at a possible draw for 4. They just got to touch the paint.
Yep.
To score 4. It's a big first end.
And we'll see. They'll probably get their rock off before sheet D, but we'll watch.
Yeah. So. Sheet D, incidentally, we should mention the other team, the non-Potomac team. There is the Butts stop here. There was no Butts County team here last year. We've got to see them back this year. Hammer on the way on B from the Pittsburgh team, Lesbiyinz and Yinzers against the mostly Potomac but also Plainfield team, strap-on sliders. Draw to touch paint. My least favorite shot is a skip.
And hammer also away on sheet D, so we'll watch this draw for 4, is it?
Draw for 4 is
on
successful,
sheet
so
D.
on D,
On D, it's.
is that a in-off for 1?
Well, they were trying that, but it's 1 red.
Yep.
That's a 1-point steal.
For
right.
swept with your boyfriend. Their team name really did spell out boyfriend. We just call it BF for the scoreboard.
Okay. And the hush falls over because most of our games have gone to the very early stages of the second end, and every stone that's been thrown so far is a guard across all 4 sheets. Well, 2 sheets.
Well, I think it looks like sheet B is coming in a guard too. So.
Yep, it looks like sheet C is coming in a guard. It looks like sheet A is coming in a draw, maybe, from a Potomac player who wishes to remain anonymous. Seriously, I played with her last year. She likes to keep a low profile. I think the first rock in the house is going to belong to We Slept With Your Boyfriend on sheet D, where they have either decided to come in or threw a bit heavy.
They just wanted to be different.
That's right. Well, daring to be different, I think, is a good positive thing that we would all say here.
And it looks like we're going to get a rock in the house on sheet C here also.
By a raise. Well, Christine, if you're watching, we're sorry that only 2 of the ends so far have featured a score of 1. Let's check the chat so far. Sheet D, rock colors are backwards, says Rachel Bursey.
They're right.
They're right? Okay.
Yep.
Marie Rose says the Pittsburgh food you were referencing is the Primanti Brothers sandwich, other than pierogies, of course. What is on the Primanti Brothers sandwich? Am I right in thinking that there is, what am I thinking? Pastrami on that, or am I just being too alliterative? You know, Primanti, pastrami, pierogies, is that just in Pittsburgh?
I can say there's no pastrami and pierogies, so I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, that would be sort of weird. Freya, again, typing on my behalf. Freya has decided to communicate by typing through my screen. You can probably hear that's Courtney. Are we about to see an application of the no-tick rule? Nope.
Oh, almost.
Right. Almost.
Well, not really. The no-tick rule says you have to hit the rock off the center line.
That's
so even
true.
if they had touched that, they wouldn't have moved it enough off the center line to apply the rule.
Yeah, would have had to be in a little harder and a little farther to come to play there. Sheet A has thrown its 6th consecutive guard.
We did have a no-tick rule violation last night in our feature game once they got started.
Oh.
It was pretty early on. I want to say it's the first or second end.
Freya says, nice shot. Freya typing as me. We're up to 19 viewers? 19? Where are you all coming from?
They're waking up finally.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess that means I need to wake up too. I barely woke up this morning.
Yeah, I know we had a contingent of folks that stayed on the stream for our very late night feature game from the Kansas City area because they were cheering on team We Are the Meat, or We Came for the Meat.
That's right.
Who's from the Kansas City Curling Club.
And they won the barbecue battle, as I was calling it, against Triangle, which would only happen in a curling game. It would not happen in a tasting contest. I'm a little biased.
And I'm thinking you're just wrong, but, you know. Yeah, I think we started getting a new hashtag going, trending during that game. And see if maybe we can keep it going during their final game. You know.
Do hashtags trend anymore? Do you have to like pay for them on X or whatever it is now?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have an account with more than 8,000 followers on X that I no longer have access to, and I suppose I could regain access to it, but I don't care to. I have a smaller account that I use if I need to check things out. But other than that, you can find me on Threads, Instagram, Mastodon, Post, and all sorts of other things that no one else reads. Just find me on Facebook. It's so much more civilized. I can share pictures with you. You can see my band play. You know, it's so much. Just go there. In our feature game, we have a fair number of rods in the house now, and this could be a nice, complicated one.
The ice must be really slow. It's like when they deliver the rocks, they look like they're really moving, and then they just kind of die early.
Yeah. Go Butts County, says Jackson Troy. Well, they are over on sheet D. They're, and again, we're happy. I'm thrilled there's a Butts County team here.
Freya, you know you can just turn on your mic and talk instead of constantly using Bo's computer to chat.
Or at least you could bring your own computer and chat it yourself.
Right.
Maybe Freya has access to my old Twitter account. Okay, so we're going to see this guard gone because now the no-tick rule does not apply because we've had enough rocks thrown. And so Courtney says, open up this house, and the house is duly open.
Well, not exactly. The shot rock isn't it? Well, they don't. She wants to guard her shot rock, but keeps more of her options open through the last few rocks.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying the door of the house is partway open. So if the house is a rocking, don't bother knocking, come partway in. Butts County, by the way, with a pretty cool double takeout over on D, although one of the red rods hung around in the house. It is wide open, and another one is gone. So I would declare that a fairly successful shot.
That was a good shot on sheet C, too, with clearing some yellow rocks out.
Oh, there were yellow rocks in there? Was there one before that? Because
or maybe it was the guards. They cleared something.
Okay, because, yeah, the last one, the time I looked over there, red had 3 in the house. And in decent places, too. So, yeah, maybe they peeled their own guard to try to get some access there. It made sense strategically. I just don't know if that's where the rods were at the time. Our feature game just has a sudden feel of tension to it. Just like this long look down the ice, very deliberate cleaning, like this is really going to change the future of mankind with this shot.
They've certainly taken their time with this
Right.
one.
If this shot is made, the government will not shut down in November.
Oh, let's not go there.
Okay. If this shot is made, a write-in candidate will win the Vienna Town Council election?
I'll take your word for that one.
Okay. And I don't know if you consider that shot made. I'd say it's sort of like about a half result. Well, I mean, they
I think they were trying to run back and
probably trying to run back that red, and yeah, they.
No, actually, I think they were trying to run back the yellow, but.
I mean, I think they did want to disturb the red that was touching the button, and that red was unperturbed by the whole situation. So.
So Courtney still doesn't like those guards, even though they're guarding her rock. But if they hit, and I think the red will stick. In which case they'll, no, maybe not.
I will confess I do not really understand the intent of this shot.
Nope.
You don't either?
Yeah.
I mean, and the outcome is that now the one red is completely exposed, and this could very easily become 4 yellow, and Courtney seems not happy with the outcome of that shot, but I don't know what the outcome would have been, or what a good outcome would have been from that.
Yeah, this seems like this should be a fairly open.
I'll put it this way. I would say the risk and reward of that shot was high.
Yeah.
Speaking of high, the number of guards on sheet A has gone to 11. So I think you'll have to give me some money to get rid of all that.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, look at that.
And
that is a lot.
yes, have to give me some money to get rid of that. They're building their own Stonehenge. And listen to the flower people. I have no idea how to work that in well. And now it's about to be 12 if that rod stays in play. 12 guards in free.
So on sheet B, we're trying. This is.
Needs to curl more to get rid of this red.
Yeah,
Needs
they're
to
gonna
curl
crash
more.
into yellows, maybe.
I think they're going to get just a little bit of it. Yeah, they're going to get just a little. Oh.
But it's still shot rock.
Wow. A big bailout there. There is someone wearing a Lehman shirt, so is that like a Lehman Brothers bailout?
No.
No, okay. Is it like a Primanti Brothers bailout? Did the Primanti Brothers, do you bail out the deli industry? I would. I would rather if I had a choice between bailing out the deli industry and bailing out banks, I think I'd rather bail out the deli industry.
Certainly more tasty.
Absolutely. I'm a little bit disappointed that my kids have not been looking at schools in Pittsburgh.
So what's Laura trying to do on this?
On this one, well, it's too heavy for it to be guarding that red. Is she just trying to latch this on to the pile of yellows in the back there?
I'd say at this point that's what it's looking like.
Yeah. Or just have it stop right on the button and you still have the backing. Okay. 2 red rods that one of which is going to be pretty difficult to get out of there.
Well, they don't want to get him out necessarily. They just want to sit on. They don't. Or they don't have hammer. So just
if you're up 4, I would imagine latching a yellow one onto the button right there or into the pocket there would not be a bad idea.
That would be what I would try for.
Yeah, still
right onto the button and stick it there and make it hard to remove.
There are still a few more rods to be thrown.
We're going to add another guard here.
On sheet A, yeah, I'm curious. Is this one going to thread the needle and get in? Is it going to promote one? It bumps one into the house. It's not going to be scoring because there is still the one that's scoring. It's the one red, and that is the end of that end. So that is the one that counts. That is a steal of 1 for red. On our feature game, this one coming in and locking in and...
Ending up on the button.
Yeah, ending up on the button. But maybe knocking some of the backing a little bit too far away. I don't know. Courtney can be sitting 2 after this. Oh, sheet C, they're kicking them away. And unfortunately, is this going to be another one of those situations where we have 4 of us and none of us are watching sheet C?
Yeah, I think so.
We need to avoid doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we got a couple more rocks still left to be delivered over on D.
Right.
So we're okay with that. We'll get you the score from end number 2 on sheet C as soon as they hang it.
The last I saw, red had, I think, 3 that we're counting.
Yeah, we know they scored because they're about to throw the lead rock.
Yep. Sheet A has not hung the score, but we saw that score, didn't we?
Yeah, I already poked that one in. So
right.
Here's what our scores look like. Again, we'll update the actual score for sheet C as soon as we know how many points red scored.
That is a Potomac team, so I feel no compulsion about yelling about what?
So Courtney's rock coming here on sheet C. Just going to tap into the yellow.
Yeah, a good first skips rock, I would think.
So, yeah, leaves.
Yeah.
Leaves strap-on sliders sitting 2.
But if you nose this red, you can get rid of the red that's behind it. But where does the red that's in front of the T line end up? Does it spill out, or does it just smack into those 4 yellows that are in the back?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah. I think it'll at least bump into the yellow ones, but it could still spill out after that.
Yep.
On D, by the way, it looks like there's going to be a shot for 3 for your Bucks County team.
Yeah.
Assuming I don't see another red rock down there, and I do not see another red rock down there.
It'll be yellow hammer in a minute here.
Yellow hammer, they're lined to.
They didn't take any time to think about what they're throwing here.
Yeah, full 12 for 3.
Well, a little bit more than full 12.
Full 0.5, 12.
Yeah.
They need to throw it about 9 feet from center. How's that?
This is gonna.
Oh dear, that wrecks on the red guard, and Courtney is in business to put up 3 in response to the 4 that was given up in the last end.
And this is hammer?
This is hammer. She needs to slightly more than touch the 4-foot.
We might as well go to the all-house view. We'll watch the hammer here on sheet D.
Yep. So sheet C did hang their score. Red stole 2.
Okay.
in that second end. So it's now 3-0.
Yep. Sheet D, the draw for, they swept it a little bit and then got off of it. I wonder if this shouldn't be too heavy.
No,
it should be okay.
It's going to actually bump into the other yellow and stop her if it touches.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a nice.
That's very nice.
3 yellow.
Nice 3 for them, for Bucks County.
Takes a 3-1 lead.
And speaking of a shot for 3, here's Courtney with hers. A draw with almost a literal ton of backing. In fact, actually, let's see, what's 42 times 4? That would be 168 pounds of backing. But perhaps not quite as much weight as she wanted in front of it. And Laura is sweeping it madly to get it there, and she does. And Courtney yells down the ice, thanks, as she should.
So all that backing, and Courtney didn't want to use it, so.
That's right.
So 3 red, so it didn't quite catch up, but it's definitely a good end for strap-on sliders.
It just occurred to me that my goal weight coming up is going to be 5 curling rods. I had not thought of that.
It's like counting your weight in stones.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Yeah.
Except that's not curling. When you count your weight in stones, that is not curling stones usually.
Well, I am part British, so part English and part Scottish. So.
Well, what is a stone in pounds anyway?
I think it's 18.
Okay. So you can, if you want to make yourself sound light, count yourself in curling stones instead of British stones.
Well, I guess I'm trying to lose the equivalent of 1 curling stone, which should be fairly easy because I am often here a lot by myself, so I could make one of these rods disappear. I don't think that would count.
This one's going a little deep.
It's deep, and I don't think it's playable. No, I think it is playable.
Oh, yeah, here.
The warm room is still relatively vacant.
The warm room is still kind of cool.
Yes, it is. And I'm eyeing the food over there where our ice pro Ken Ray. That's one of the people we have to give a shout out every spiel to Ken Ray for the work that he does on our ice because it is tireless and endless. And
he gets here at like 7 a.m. to start prepping the ice.
I am still convinced that there is a cot back there in a hidden compartment in the equipment shed down the other end where Ken might live. In fact, actually, Erik Clausen, another person who is tireless on the ice, after a rental this past week, I started to go turn out the lights on the ice shed and heard hey, and Erik had come in from the other direction and was out on the ice, and I nearly turned the lights out on him.
For giving shout-outs to the ice crew, we should talk about Joe Asercion here on Sheet C.
Absolutely.
Because he's also been helping a lot on this spiel, keeping the ice.
He's the one on Sheet C wearing the shirt that says Asercion.
And we can also give a shout-out to Rob Young, who's done a lot of work, who's on the next draw. I believe he's not on this draw, is he?
He's going to be commentating on the next draw.
Oh, commentating on the next draw.
Yeah, his team got eliminated last night.
Toward the end of the next draw, I will be watching my son play Yacht Rock. I am not making that up. Everything I do musical now is an attempt to keep up with my son, and a failed attempt at that.
This one's going to drift into the house just a little bit. Red is just looking to take out that 12-foot rock here on Sheet B, keep the house clean.
Yeah, a lot of trading hits on Sheet B here. Because that's often what happens when the first rock goes into the house. Instead of being a guard, you end up with a lot of trading hits.
Yep.
Hoping the other team screws something up. Some hitting going on sheet C too. Both sheets keeping relatively clean.
A little bit more going on over on A. See at least 5 rocks in the house. Well, there were. Courtney's just lining up a hit here, take out that yellow rock that just got delivered. Immediately calling her sweepers on to keep it straight. Doing a great job keeping that so it doesn't get too far over the center.
What did she say? She was saying something about, I'm doing something, yelling, goes, what, something?
It's super critical because, and I missed that last part.
I think I heard her say, I'm still yelling. Even though she wasn't actually yelling, I think probably partially because
maybe she's tired.
Well, I'm just thinking her voice is probably starting to go.
We should see what YouTube did for live captions, see if it picked her up and had it quoted her.
Yeah.
Courtney losing her voice would be kind of like, I don't know, Taylor Swift running out of boyfriends. I mean, it seems like, it just seems it would be so incongruous that I think the world would, reverse rotation. And then, we get to see West Coast sports before our bedtime.
Yellow just had that one go right through the house. They didn't have enough curl on that one to get it over and in on that hit that they called. So
that shot in curling terms is known as a bow, named after its inventor, Bo Diddley, who was a famous curler before he was a guitarist.
So in the chat, Rachel said that Courtney said something like, I'm not going to keep yelling, but keep sweeping.
I found myself screaming the word no at a new curler in a game recently because he was about to sweep the rock that we had that was going to stay in to count. He was about to sweep it to where it would not count.
Oh.
So that was you don't have to take many strategy sessions to know that is where you say no.
Yep. But the problem with saying no is I've had when a skip said that, and it was like, did they say go or did they say no?
I usually
so sometimes it's safer just to say stop because there's less chance of somebody mishearing you.
I usually assume they're saying bow, and therefore I've done something wrong.
I think if I were to call, I think I'd use the term off.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Because it's a little more distinctive.
Yeah, and the other problem is up. Some people say up and then get your broom up, which sounds like yup.
Right.
Yeah. But if you say off, that sounds like former Georgia quarterback and football coach Ray Goff. And so I would say, what about him? I know that was a terrible era of Georgia football, but why are you saying that to me now?
See, I wouldn't have gotten that, so I'd just be like, oh, I need to get away.
So another good word is wait, because that's really what you want them to do, and it doesn't sound like anything else. So I like wait, but I don't probably use it as much as I should. But then again, I can't really yell anyway, so it doesn't matter because nobody can hear me. So coming up on sheet A will be hammered. So let's watch this rock here on sheet C, and then we'll do the all-house view.
Sheet A,
sheet B. I mean, watch the rock on sheet B, which is a bump up the rib. Okay, time for a sheet A hammer. So it's yellow hammer drawing against 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Possibly
get at least 1 point on the board.
Yeah, just drawing for 1.
This might be drawing against 3.
Oh, it's gonna.
Oh, you're right, it might be.
Yep, sweep.
And they'll get, okay, that'll outcount 1 and probably both. Maybe.
Yeah, ooh. That's hard to tell.
Yeah, I think it was yellow.
Yeah.
They kicked it, so it must be yellow.
Must have done just enough.
And so
That
our
hammer
next,
on C.
Yeah, next sheet to watch is sheet C, as it's a yellow hammer drawing against 2 reds. So just a simple draw to the 4-foot.
Yeah.
This is the sweeping coast-to-coast team, which has players from Plainfield, Granite, Anchorage, or Potomac, and Orlando. I'm not entirely sure who's who and what's what, but multiple clubs are represented there, and they're all cool people. So
Over on sheet D, there's still 5 rocks left to play on sheet D.
I'm sorry, is this hammer going in a draw against 2?
On sheet C. Is that enough weight?
No, that is not.
Well, can they outcount 1? No. Okay, steal of 2 for Dairy Queens.
Yikes. Okay.
They're having a good start to this game. Now up 5-0.
So I guess we don't need to stay on this view since sheet D's still got 5 rocks to throw here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the 5 rock rule. If you have 5 rocks, then you don't have to show the sheet. Dairy Queens, on the other end of a impossible comeback by We Swept With Your Boyfriend yesterday in the All Potomac matchup in an afternoon draw. So I think Michael will say at this point, no lead is safe. Let's wrap the scoreboard just so we can mathematically clinch.
Sweepers are on this one to keep it straight, because that is starting to curl. And that is not going to do them any favors.
Oh, dear. There really are some outstanding universities in the Pittsburgh area, and again, I'm kind of sad that neither of my kids took a really serious look at any of them. Pittsburgh, the collegiate home of two of our members who played in national 5 and under competition last year and are recently engaged, and only one of whom is here this weekend. That would be Josh and Jackie.
Yeah, I think Josh was saying, I think Jackie's at a wedding this weekend.
Yeah, and her birthday this weekend.
Oh,
so
well, happy birthday to her.
Wow. We're sure Jackie's watching during the ceremony. So shout out, Jackie. We understand if you can't type right now. So if you're Courtney now, are you drawing to add more to the center, or I
would think maybe do what we were talking about before, the shards or whatever.
The shards. That's right. The scoring aid. Get one into the range that is.
Or bury it. Okay, at this point they're trying to bury it.
Yeah.
Because it was right on the right line for burying. And yeah, nice rock, top forward, excellent place under the guard.
Yep.
Beautiful draw.
Now they are line 4.
Yep. So you have 2 shots to bail yourself out here. Do you try to, I don't know, do you try to run in that center guard and do as much damage as you can? Do you try to hit the one that's on the 4?
Yeah.
Do you try to come around the other way and just freeze one onto the one that's at the back of the 4?
Not that. You definitely want to hit something out in the front because you got another rock left. So try to get rid of 2 reds, or at least move them to the back. Nice draw here on sheet C.
I am, of course, too inspired by the Warren Zevon song, Hit Somebody, the hockey song, which, of course, does refer to hockey rather than curling. But they're roughly the same, right?
I'm not sure about that.
We do have some former hockey players who've come in and done very well in curling, including Jackie.
Yep. Another one of our members, Paul Luthi, used to play hockey. We picked up curling.
And got 2 rods down and yeah, okay. That's
excellent. Yeah,
not bad.
That's about the best you could hope for. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, because now the shooter stuck around and is out counting the second redstone. So red's only line 1 now.
And it's in the back of the house.
Yeah.
It's still behind the guard, but it's far enough from the guard he can get to it.
So if you're Courtney now, you can take out that yellow, and then you have no prospect of giving up more than 1. A force. That'd be a textbook force if you can get that yellow out. If you can, do you want to be a little greedier than that and
looks
try
like
to steal?
It looks like she's setting up, trying to take away the draw path.
Yeah.
On that side.
Put one kind of in the 8-foot or full 12.
12 is, I think, somewhere in there, anywhere in there.
Sure.
12 is better, actually. You want it high.
Right.
You want it. You'd like to be out counting the yellow. So more than just a little biter, just a full 12 would be good.
And so then the only way yellow gets 2 out of that would be a double takeout where they stick the shooter, and that would, depending on where this ends up, that would probably be a high degree of difficulty.
Yeah. So ideally, maybe you'd be almost full into 12, and then even if you hit the shooter, you wouldn't. Even if you hit the guard, you wouldn't. Your shooter would be out of play. Out of the house anyway. Okay, it's about where they wanted. Maybe over curling a little.
They're going to leave this out.
So
I don't know. I don't know if Courtney wanted that.
Well, I think it's okay.
It's still.
It makes it almost impossible to get 2, I believe. Because you need to get enough weight on that back rock to move it pretty much completely out of the house.
You don't think that's there?
Not with that high guard. You can't get a lot of weight on that. I'm not saying it's not there, but they're not throwing heavy here. They're just trying to go for 1, I guess.
Yeah.
Is this about to be the hammer on D?
Yep.
I think
Good
possibly.
thing you're pinning it. Yep.
Yeah.
So Erik Goldstein coming down here to throw the hammer. So
we got hammers on B and D. Yeah, as I look at, I'm positioned on sheet B straight down the ice, and as I look at it, that rock on the 4-foot looks more buried than it does from our overhead view. In other words, that would make it more difficult to hit.
Here comes the hammer on sheet B and on sheet A. So the hammer on sheet B, the sheet B you'll be seeing right now, and sheet D in a few seconds.
Sheet B, it looks like they went to throw enough weight to move that red, but they're not going to make much contact, if any, in fact, none. So that is going to be a steal 1, which...
And on sheet D, the red rock goes back a little too far, leaving 1 yellow counting on sheet D.
Okay.
So steal of 1 on both sheets B and D.
Simultaneous steals. Not yet an Olympic sport, but probably soon.
Now looking at sheet A, a yellow rock drawing in here. It's going to bump in and out count or not? Nope, not out. Go a little too far. So leaves the red sitting 1 with 3 rocks left to play on sheet A.
And on sheet C, we have 3 red rocks in the 4-foot for Dairy Queens.
Looks almost exactly like the last end that was coming this direction.
Yeah, so that makes a nice pocket to draw down into, and I presume that's what the call is. Just park a rock in that pocket somewhere.
We're still at 19 viewers. Good morning.
But are they the same 19 viewers?
Probably not. Sheet A, a very nifty takeout, and red is looking very good over there.
And on sheet B, we're getting that drawdown into the pocket. Yeah, so you
Very nicely done.
can't take that rock out with losing one of your own.
Yeah.
Nice high center guard here on B to start out.
Ticket. Well, as the Beetle was saying, I think I'm going to be sad. I think it's today. She's got a no-tick rule in place, and she don't care. They're opting instead to bury around that guard since you can't tick it anyway. So. I mean, I can't tick a guard anyway, so I don't know, so for me it's kind of irrelevant. On sheet C, if you want to be content giving up one, that if you're red, that's not a bad way to do it necessarily.
Yeah, you're surrounded. The yellow rock is surrounded.
Surround that one yellow, make it very difficult to get a second one in there, but it's still early enough in the end that a lot of those rods could still move.
Another rock piling into the middle of sheet C.
Yes, I think the idea was to get that a little farther over and get maybe a second counter in there, and that didn't happen. So if you're Michael Ray, I think you're looking where he's tapping his broom right now, which is almost touching the button, and make it where you have 5 red rods around that one yellow.
Those 4 guards for that yellow weren't enough. It's going to completely imprison it.
That's right. And if you're up by 5, I mean, even if the score were tied right now, you wouldn't necessarily mind giving up one, and this would, or having the certainty of giving up one. And so if you're up 5, then giving up one here, certainly a good manageable outcome.
We'll tap back on our feature sheet B. I think they would have hoped to get it a little bit buried, but now they've tapped back wide open.
On sheet A, I can't tell if this is the last of the red rods. No, it shouldn't. It couldn't be because they have hammer. Is it the first of the Skip's red rods?
Yes, it is.
It is. Has it hog?
It has.
Okay. Is that okay?
Well, let's take a look. Yeah, I think they're fine with that. They're still sitting 2.
Yeah.
Actually, correction, they are line 3 right now.
Okay.
So this will be yellow's last rock.
Yep.
That's about to come in on D, or sorry, A. Now you've got me doing it, Ken. Get our sheets backwards.
On sheet C, incidentally, Michael Ray did exactly what we talked about, and there are now 5 reds around that yellow. And only a couple of rods left to get more yellow in there. I guess. Well, no. I guess we're just on the skip rods now, aren't we? This will be the first of the yellow rods on. Yeah, the first of yellow skip rods.
But on sheet C, that yellow rock no longer has any direct backing. So now if the red rock in the front of the house gets bumped a little bit, yellow can basically it could be a steal of 2 red probably.
So for anyone who is watching what just happened on A, the yellow shooter just wicked off both the yellow in the top of the 8-foot and then also off the red rock in the 4-foot.
4-foot, okay.
And drifted back enough so they're out counting the 3rd rock. So
but not the
cut
2.
it down to 2.
Okay.
But red will have a shot here to see if they can get 3.
So this is the red hammer coming up on sheet A.
All right, so to get 3 out of this,
they just gotta touch the 4-foot.
Right.
A little more than 4.
So on
which way do you go to get there?
Sheet C, the draw attempt came up light, and it's just a guard. So now what do we? So with
Hammer's on A. Hammer's underway on A.
Oh, yep.
It is being swept down there to curl and to touch the 4. They're only using
good.
one sweeper. I'm not.
Oh no, that's going to end up light.
Enough. Yeah,
but that's still
2 red.
Yep.
Okay, so it's going to be hammer on sheet C. So Michael Ray is just trying to bump red into yellow, I believe.
This can't be the hammer.
Oh, is it? Okay, it can't be hammer. I don't see any yellow. Oh, there's the yellow rock.
Yeah, the yellow, it's tucked away.
So last red rock on sheet C.
Yeah, it was tucked away behind all the reds.
Can he bump that yellow back is the question. Looking pretty good.
Needs to curl a little bit more, maybe.
Oh,
okay, bumped it, but where did it end up? Okay, so
it's 2 red.
Sitting 2 red. Oh boy, and difficult prospects to improve that for yellow.
Yeah, that's
boy, wow. What do you do?
I mean, there are 6 red rocks touching the 4-foot.
Yeah, now the guard that they just threw apparently by accident is now in their way, so they can't draw in there to count one of them at least.
Could they follow Michael's shot down and just try to nudge it in there and get a piece of the button?
You could kind of do a little bit of an in-off on either the 2 reds on the right side of the screen.
Okay.
I think that's your only really hope to actually score.
I think if you can outcount one of those reds, it's a miracle. If you outcount 2, then
you can also throw a lot of weight on one of the rocks on the right, and you could definitely hit out one of those 2 reds, probably the top one. Let's see what they're doing. Okay, whatever they're doing, it's coming in now. It's got a good amount of weight. Not really heavy though.
No.
It's going to come in.
Needs to curl.
Is it going too wide? Or
is there it goes.
In off, so ink
wow.
Wow.
But that's which one? It's one, it's the yellow one that just got delivered that's shot.
Nice shot.
Very nice.
Ah, wow.
So that'll be 1 point for
good rescue there, that end.
That was impressive. We talked about this, we talked about that, I'm hearing from somewhere on the ice. Oh, sheet D, I see a whole lot of rots in play for Butts County and no rots in play for Potomac. On sheet A, I see nothing because they are just starting this end. No, I'm sorry. I see a little bit because they just started this end. On sheet C, I see nothing because it's the first rock of this end. On our feature game, we are to Vice rocks. Yep, but still kind of early in them.
Yeah, this is yellow's first Vice rock. That one's going to bump onto that red guard. Promote it up just a little bit.
Reminder of what's at stake in these games. The winners here get a shot of Drambuie or ginger ale.
Yeah, the winners get to come back at noon.
So Courtney's call is to pick that yellow one, pick the red, sorry, pick the, draw through and pick out the yellow counting rock, yellow shot rock. Lower throws with plenty of weight. Will it come through the port? It's looking pretty good if they can hold it straight. So I think they got it. Yep.
Very nice. And
a nice roll to the touching the button.
Laura and Courtney both have the capacity to play at an extremely high level. And I've not yet heard from Courtney's mom this weekend. Is she not watching?
So Courtney's team is the one that eliminated my team in the C event, which it surprised me to me meeting her in the C event.
Well, she had a murderous draw. She had to face Monica Walker in the second round.
Exactly. So
yeah.
So
you think if you're running the spiel, you managed to have it to where you don't have to face Monica Walker that early. That's not supposed to be the advantages of running a spiel.
So that made it bad for Courtney, and then because it was bad for Courtney, it was bad for my team because we ended up against Courtney. So that's the way the draw goes.
Yep.
Courtney came out and played on first Saturday of the weekend of the new year, which was a lot of fun. A great teacher of the sport. Okay, now Courtney's staring at me. Courtney, I looked this way. Courtney and Laura were both staring at me through the glass.
I knew we were talking about them.
Okay.
Their ears must have been burning.
Oh, nice draw here on sheet D. Let's give that red a bump back a little bit, enough to count, although their yellow rock is completely exposed.
Yeah.
Over on sheet D, I think they're last vice rock, and
yeah, because Lena just threw her last, and so Butts County is throwing. Butts County resplendent in the maple leaf and the tank top. Two different players. I presume they're saying whoa and not bow.
Yeah.
So I have no idea why I would be summoned to the ice.
So if you're curious about the Bucks County, I think somebody commented on Bucks, so I'll at least say they've got three yellows in the house there for Bucks and one red in the very back. So but Bucks is looking fairly good for this end. They don't have hammer though, so they're just trying to block things up more in the front.
Yeah. You could just, make it the most, to apply the most pressure, you could go take out that red that's wide open and have 4 yellow, but that might not necessarily be the book play, but sometimes if you think that...
oh, this is very nice for red.
Oh, Courtney.
Oh, beautiful hit and roll.
Yeah.
Behind a guard.
Yep.
That's the way to play it. I call that shot often, but don't make it quite that often.
Courtney will be disappointed that didn't move another 6 inches in, but for the rest of us, that's about as good as we can hit it. There is a sliver of it exposed. Actually, now that I lean in my chair and look out that much, yeah, there is a sliver of it exposed, and I should not lean that far. So. Courtney has come out requesting a tee. That is presumably not why she was staring at me. Butts County just put one touching the button. If Erik Goldstein hits this, he would be at best lying. Yeah, he'd be lying 1 if he hit it, but he'd also be exposed.
They're just starting skip rocks.
Yeah, that would be the first of Erik's skip rods. He has hammered. Butts County just threw the first of their skip rods. Sheet B coming. This shot is coming with a lot of venom, trying to hit the part of Courtney's rock that is exposed, and it looks like it's going to come in with a lot of venom and not enough curl. So to complete our shout out to comic book heroes, that one flashed.
So how many comic book hero terms are there that you can apply to curling?
Oh no, I thought that shot that Courtney just threw was a marble. I think anyone who wins this round and the next round should be declared an Iron Man.
Well, Yellow's going to want to avenge that last shot with the hammer.
With Thor's hammer?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And if you were out here just last month, you were out here when our ice was actually aqua, man. In fact, Ken, you were out here with me when we were, there was aqua and also paint. paint the least known of the Marvel characters. Courtney with a draw here that they're watching very carefully as it comes down and nestles pretty snugly, mostly behind a yellow guard, and
yeah, and it's kind of blocking the run back of that yellow, so that's a nice place to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
And red is currently counting 5. This is a game where we've had, I think, a bit of a momentum switch. A bit.
Yep.
All right.
With the 4 yellow
right.
first end, and then.
So Freya, we need to stare at Courtney and Laura now. Ready, go.
They didn't see.
No, she didn't. They did not see.
Another draw here on sheet D.
GT did not see what Erik did with his shot, but it did not stick around. And so Butts is just guarding the one they have on the button.
Yeah, while we're waiting for sheet B, why don't we go ahead and show all houses? We'll, since we have a Bucks fan at least watching on sheet D, so
yeah.
that's what you're looking at for the Bucks stop here.
If you're Butts, that should be a screenshot that makes you very happy. There's an awful lot of yellow.
So it'll be red hammer. Erik Goldstein will be throwing hammer here and just trying to hit and so if he can hit and stick on that yellow, he'll be get a good one.
And here comes the hammer on B coming into frame, and that is not.
Oh my! Did that outcount anything? No, that didn't get anything in the range.
No, I think they might have bumped. So it's definitely 4, but they're looking. The question is, was that 4 or 5 for red?
Yeah, I didn't.
They were right out on the edge of the 12-foot.
Didn't get it clear like that either.
Yeah, so we'll.
But wasn't close enough to measure.
Yeah, they came to a decision, but I couldn't get a good enough look at it before they started moving rocks. But we will see. But for sure.
Oh, they're hanging it now.
A hammer on D, and this
it was
is 4. The hammer on D, and it looks like Erik is trying to raise his raise a yellow in there. Put a yellow into the house, and
no, that was not the call.
Yeah, because that made it worse, and now
4.
Bucks takes 4.
Yeah, 8-1 lead. Oh.
Shots that.
So a couple 4-point ends just ended there.
Yeah. Oh, and Lena, being just the super, super nice person that she is skating all the way down the length of the ice just to hang the score for us to see. Or get her gripper. And in fact, she forgot to hang the score. But Lena is still very super nice. And
Yes.
just did not think to hang the score while she made the trip all the way down there.
Well, it really should be Bucks hanging their score.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's true. Okay, so we had a guard be delivered there for the first stone in this 5th end.
If you are playing in a noon game in the Glitter Bronzeville, we don't care who hangs your score. Just hang your score.
Yeah, we need to get a sign.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, but the etiquette of telling our viewers what the score is trumps the etiquette of, one of the 8 people who can hang a score hanging it. Sorry. I'm a journalist. We want like facts stuff.
So over on sheet A, it will be hammer, but they're thinking a lot about what to do there, so we don't have to switch to that quite yet.
I can see from a screen over there is 1 red.
And the hammer is yellow, so I think they're probably thinking how to score out of this one.
If that red could be removed, yellow could get 3, but I don't know if that shot is there. I don't quite have an angle to see.
Okay, how's the score looking on sheet B? Oh, nice. Not guarded at all, but it's a good T-weight. When they don't really care about guards at this point when you're got a good lead. It is only N5 though, so I guess they still would rather be. They definitely would rather have had that buried.
Yeah, still not quite. situational scoreboard. Oh, on sheet A, this is being thrown at beltway weight.
So they're
Oh boy,
trying
that's
trying
about
a crazy run back here.
That's about as hard a shot as I've seen thrown.
And oh,
Not
close, but one skill of one red for We Are Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going for a long run back, and the angle was just off.
Yep. Yeah, on those long run backs, a tiny bit of angle is.
Yep.
It makes all the difference.
Yeah, they certainly had the weight.
Yes.
And then some. So they've already hung the score. That is a steal one.
And
they did hang the score on D.
Yep.
And they hung the score on B. So.
And where are we at on sheet C?
Sheet C, this is actually the last yellow rock.
Okay.
So they are making some progress in their fifth end. Looks like James over there kicking the hammer.
Very high guard here on sheet C, which is, I guess.
Yeah, I think
I'm
that's
not sure what their call was, but I guess
that made sense.
Yeah, they don't want Dairy Queens to bump back that red, I guess. So.
Yeah, that makes.
Yeah, so
it's actually a pretty good shot.
They were guarding because yellow is currently in a position to steal 2, so they were taking away the path to try to come in and use their closest one to displace the 2 yellows.
Yeah. Either tapping the red or and so now it's a pretty difficult draw, or do you?
Yeah, that's what they're debating.
Yeah.
Is there a way they can hit that their own red rock into the yellow?
Well, you'd have to throw that pretty hard, and then you'd have to, if you hit it hard, you run the risk of taking it all the way out there, and all of a sudden you give up 4.
Right, and I think that's what they're decided to. Is better to try the draw.
Right.
Than
they already had. They already had that happen to them yesterday. They don't think they want to do that again.
They do have the advantage of being up 5-1 right now, so
giving
up.
But again, this happened yesterday.
Yeah,
they're still discussing it here.
They gave up 2 very big numbers toward the end. I think the last was a steal of 5.
Ooh.
That turned.
Yep. So Michael finally, they were discussing it, and Michael finally made the commitment to go for the draw. I think he wanted to look at it this end before he decided. So they're going the safe route. Can't do any harm on this.
Well, never say that you can't. There's always some harm you can do. Michael wearing something that says Puma? Is that like a knockoff of Puma? Anyway.
Okay, Michael's draw coming in here on sheet C.
That's the curl a good bit to get in there. Can it outcount the one of the yellows? Or
yes, it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cuts them down to 1.
Yep.
Good that's perfectly good result from that situation.
And that. And that gives them hammer. They give up a point, but they get hammer, so.
They get to keep hammer, because that was a steal.
Oh, right.
But that also means that they now have hammer in even ends. To really, for those people who are super into strategy, means that they would be in control during the 8th end at the moment, have the hammer.
And that end could have been worse.
Yes.
They certainly could have given up 2. They certainly, and if they played that risky shot, they could have given up a lot more.
So, feature sheet B. What's the call? That hit the red, I believe. Is that what they're going for? Hit and roll on the red one? Must be.
at one of those kind of lulls where there's not much in any of the houses. In fact, 2 of the houses are empty.
I thought you were talking about the lull and the noise outside, and the ice shed noise got really quiet.
That was related.
Yeah, every once in a while you get a moment where all the games are waiting to start a delivery, and it gets very quiet.
Okay, we got a little, not quite a hit out and roll, but a bump and roll. Nice bump and roll on sheets B. And so I think where they rolled to, Courtney's thinking they can still get to it, at least maybe bump back that yellow a little bit. They're not going to get a lot of weight on it, but they can still touch it. Is it going to curl enough?
No.
Nope. Oh, but
it rolled.
Interesting.
It's number 2.
Yeah.
Yellow's still shot there by, I don't know, half an inch.
There's still 4 rocks left to go on there, 5 rocks left to go on this sheet, so things will change in there, I suspect.
Yeah.
Draw to the corner on sheet C, or corner guard, corner biter. What are they going? I think they're trying for a biter. Maybe not. Let's go ahead.
Taking a minute to talk about this shot here on sheet B.
A crucial juncture here. There's going to be a chance of them getting back into this game.
Yep. This will be the last vice rock here in this end.
And certainly probably the most important rock we could be showing at this point. Sheet C, they're still fairly early on. Got a rock is going to, is Michael going to sweep this all the way out?
Not quite.
Not quite. So a biter that...
A well-guarded biter.
A well-guarded biter.
So it's time to start clearing guards on sheet C. That's what Michael and Joe are working on here.
Yep.
There's a guard. On sheet B, just a draw. Oh, nope, draw is crashing on the red. So
Pushes that into the house just a touch.
yeah, and adds another guard for their shot rock. I mean, it helps guard their shot rock a little better.
So all in all, probably not the worst result. Makes it a little harder for Courtney to get in there.
Yeah, she's trying to draw in through there. Looks a little tight. Huh. Guess it must be a draw attempt there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hog on sheet C.
Yep. I wonder if the ice is a little slow this morning, Ken, because we've seen a couple of hogs this morning.
Well,
I think you mentioned it earlier.
Well, we are getting in, especially on sheet C, that they're in the middle of the 6th end, so ice is going to start slowing down.
Yeah,
I
think their call probably was for a high guard because that's kind of what they needed. So, so they might have intentionally tried throwing it a little bit light. So, but of course now without any guard at all, it's a new decision for Michael. Let's get rid of that rock.
I see what Courtney's plan was. Leave another guard there to prevent the promote.
Okay.
Good.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I couldn't see how she was going to draw on that line.
Yeah. Courtney is one of the club's resident experts on strategy. I'd say that having second-guessed her earlier. I wasn't second-guessing. I don't understand the call, which means that there was a level of sophistication that I did not understand.
Trying to be the armchair quarterback.
Yep.
So, Courtney, if you're listening to this later, you will already have been mad at me for questioning your call. I was not questioning. I was not understanding. There are two different things.
So please enlighten us to what the plan was.
Absolutely.
'Cause we would love to learn. So this is now an interesting position. So yellow's kind of being forced to come in because now they've taken away. There's no draw path on the right side for them.
Yeah, there's nothing going over there.
They could try the double raise, would be the only way to get a yellow rock into the house on the right side. And they, the two rocks that were just delivered. But I don't know if that's really a good plan. So they could, the only thing.
Can you get to the yellow that's in the 4 foot with enough weight to push that red one back and count 2? If you threw, say, board weight at it.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But they're also coming in from the right side.
So that's definitely not the call.
Right. I'm not sure what the call here is. Ken, what do you think?
Oh, I've been keeping an eye on the sheet D, actually, so sorry.
So we're...
No opinion.
Hey, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
We appreciate eyes on other sheets. In fact, because I think A and D are both on skip rocks.
If you're a Bucks County fan, it looks like it's going to be another good end for Bucks County on sheet D, so we'll take a look at that later.
Well, sheet B, something happened. I don't know if that's what they wanted.
They crashed onto the red guard that was just thrown.
Yeah.
And that
now it's
opens up.
Yeah.
It opens up the possibility of a raise with their next rock, but I think Courtney's probably just going to come in and put that guard back.
I would assume so, yeah.
Because that guard was an excellent position for them.
Yeah, with her last.
Yes.
And Butt's about to throw their last in that end. And we might be seeing handshakes at the end of that one unless they decide to throw them back because, even number in, get the rods back to the other end. But
yeah, Bucks is sitting 5 at the moment, I believe. Hard for me to see.
Is it 5?
I think so.
I see 4. Is the skip squatting? No. Yeah, it's 4.
4? Okay.
It's about to be 5.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I assume that they'll get this one into the house.
Yeah. On sheet B, Courtney did exactly what we thought and replaced the guard. So, replaced the guard. So,
I don't think she...
So, Buck's last rock is coming in as a guard.
Yep. That one's...
So, Erik will have to draw for 1 just to score, but even if he scores, it might still be handshakes. I don't know if he's going to...
Yeah, because, if this were a league night or something like that, you'd say, let's throw them back to the other end so we don't have to push them all back. But the winner of this has to play again at noon, so the etiquette there might push you more toward conceding and letting the other team get off the ice and rest a bit more before they play again.
Yeah.
So Erik's calling for the hit and stick on the yellow shot rock. So it's kind of critical to hit it on the nose or a little bit to the right of the nose from our point of view.
Yep.
Our screen view.
And speaking of games that could be, well, I don't want to say nearing a conclusion because I think we're looking at 1 yellow here. Is there a chance of getting a second yellow in? They're trying again the outside around the world shot.
I'm not sure there's without it being a circus shot, I don't know that there's any real...
Is she throwing this away? Oh, she's throwing it away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And on sheet D, it is the hammer rock coming in right now.
And Erik is, oh
Flashing.
dear.
Okay, that's the end of the game.
Yep, there it is.
Yep,
Yeah.
4 more for Bucks.
Yep.
So that'll finish that game with a fairly sideways score of 12-1.
That's right.
And on sheet B, yellow took 1 with their,
We might as well show the pictures for sheet D while as soon as that sheet C rock ends up with stopping. Actually, the sheet A we should watch too.
A quick sheet D shout out for them though. Lena in her 2nd year will be playing in Cap League.
So
here are the pictures on sheet D of our runners-up on sheet D. Team We Swept With Your Boyfriend, and here Buck Stops here will be moving on to the finals and get piped in and at noon. So congratulations to Bucks.
On sheet A, rocks have all wound up at this. Oh, that was 3 yellow on sheet A.
Oh, that was hammer. Okay.
Did anyone see that?
Yeah, I didn't realize that was the hammer.
Yeah,
okay.
we were watching it. We were showing that draw, and we just didn't know it was hammer. Yeah.
Oh.
So that'll make that 6-4.
So
much closer game.
Yeah, and in fact, now our closest game.
Yes.
I guess sheet A is our.
Sheet A also our only game that's in the 7th end.
Yeah,
everyone
what
else
I was
is
just
in
to
the
say, our fastest moving again.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Courtney coming out to sweep. I think one of her sweepers stepped off the ice for a moment.
On sheet B, the rock that was biting is no longer biting because it was just tapped out by another yellow rock. So this is, again, looking like a fairly good end for Michael. Is this Michael's hammer?
Yes.
Yes, it is. And this is a shot for 2? 2. Right? Nothing else is biting, is it?
I don't think so. Here, let's go back to all houses. Yeah, this will be a shot for 2.
Shot for 2. Full 12.
And we have a rock get hogged there on sheet B.
Michael's rock needs to curl. Is it going to curl? Is it
does
gonna
it?
curl? It's
No, it
it's
doesn't
moving.
need to curl?
It's moving. He's going
It
to
needs
hit.
to slow down is what it needs
Actually,
to do.
it might. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
fine.
Yep, that's a nice 2 right there.
Yeah.
For Dairy Queens.
7-2 lead over sweeping coast to coast.
Yep.
And I think they'll continue that game.
Yeah, they'll play out the 7th.
Yeah,
and
5
see.
points. Yeah, play that out.
It's not looking. Not a great position for sweeping coast to coast to be in, but.
That seems crazy.
Rob Myers coming in behind. Rob Myers. Where did I get that
Rob
from?
Myers.
the wrong Rob.
I do miss Rob.
Yeah, the Rob with 2 B's coming in behind us to get ready for commentary in the next draw.
I haven't seen Rob Myers in a while. Kind of miss him on Wednesday mornings. Another one of our great programs. Proving that, you don't have to be in a league to really enjoy curling here.
Hello, Rob.
Hello, Rob.
Good morning, everybody.
No, it's not.
Aww.
Yeah, it is.
somebody please hug Bo. Hashtag hug Bo, please.
You need to,
We talked earlier today about hashtags and whether they're really a thing anymore because they haven't really caught on Threads.
You need to wiggle your mute button there a little, Rob. You're crackling.
Wiggle my mute button?
Yeah, just side to side a little.
That was I really thought that was a euphemism for something.
There we go. Yep. There you go.
Sunday morning, wiggle my mute. Okay. I don't know what that is. I'm just going to wiggle everything.
That's how you get that Miles Davis tone. You wiggle your mute. Sheet C, things are just being kept clean, which is of advantage to the Potomac team over there of Michael Ray.
Well, Courtney's trying for a doubling out the yellows without hitting the red, ideally. So if they make this, we'll have to do a replay.
Is that theoretically possible?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can do that.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, they're going to get just the first one.
Yeah. Which is not a bad result.
No, forces Pittsburgh to put up their put the guard back in there again. Yinzers, Pittsburghers.
We are not to anyone's skip routes yet on this end. We're in the 6th end of our feature sheet, the 7th of the other 2.
Yeah. And Sheet A keeps moving along. They're on their last place rock now.
On sheet B, so there are sweepers on this early. I'm not a great judge of weight this morning, or any morning for that matter. So is this, yeah, they're trying to get this to curl over and replace their guard, but
It's not going to curl enough.
no. So now, though, do you go, yeah, it looks like Courtney wants to go after the rock that's on the 8-foot and leave that rock that was just thrown alone.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the right call.
I think so.
And she's going to have them come in from with opposite handle that they've been going to try to sneak around, which I think is the right decision.
So.
Trying to get it past the upper rock, but if they chip out the upper rock, that's not bad either.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, they managed to chip a little bit of,
Oh.
So, wow, I didn't see that coming.
No, that was.
So they should have swept less and at least gotten the top rock out, huh?
I guess so.
Well, let's see if Yinzers can capitalize on this.
I mean, things are still open enough that it's not going. I mean, it's.
Yeah,
But
calling
yeah,
for a guard.
this could certainly be a multiple for Pittsburgh here.
Well, Pittsburgh doesn't have hammer, though.
That's true. And as open as this is, it'd be difficult to cut off all the draw pass for Courtney to get out of this and take her one, which with the scoreboard the way it is now would be a perfectly acceptable outcome.
This one's looking like it's light.
Well, they wanted
Well,
to
lighter,
they
on the
called
lighter
a guard.
Yeah.
It's just not
Now the
curling where they
sweepers are
wanted
on.
is the problem. Trying to pull it a little farther to get it to curl a little more.
And they'll get it. Oh, yeah, that
I
actually
guess
had a nice little finish to it.
By itself, it doesn't look like much, but with that other upper guard between the two,
Yeah.
there's probably is still a port to get between them, but it's going to be pretty tight.
Laura's looking straight down the pike.
Yep.
Yeah.
Laura wants to nose that one that straight down the center line and take
Yeah.
out both the yellows that are in the house.
Yeah, with some up weight, you could definitely get.
It's doable, and it would frankly be devastating at this point.
While they're thinking, let's do the all-house view. We'll take a look at sheet A. With their, they have 2 rocks left to throw on sheet A.
Yeah.
So it'll be the last yellow rock.
Yeah. The
coming
first
in.
skip rock was just thrown on C.
Much simpler picture on sheet C than on sheet A.
So since we're showing sheet A now, what's that looking? So it'll be yellow rock, last yellow coming in.
Yeah.
They are sitting 1. Are they
Looking to see if they can get a second to tie the game.
I don't know. They're trying to get another one in, or just trying to guard things up. I guess they need points, so we think
Yeah,
they want to get 2
you
in.
think that
oh, they're trying to red into yellow? No? Okay, well, that did nothing. So it'll be red hammer and red. Can they score?
Oh, here's our shot from Courtney. Boom, and didn't get. As you heard from the Snoopy style wah, she did not get the second one.
But happy with 1.
Yes,
they have a good lead. So
for those of you waiting for the Peanuts holiday specials, that did sound like Snoopy after Snoopy kissed Lucy.
Oh yeah, we were honestly like still on that guard.
and that was just Courtney's first rock. She still has her hammer to come.
Yep.
It was like the second of this.
I was concerned because we hit on that.
So
On sheet C, we're looking at a situation where sweeping coast to coast is in pretty good shape to get 2 here because they have 2 in play. Michael can only hit 1. There's certainly, I think even you'd have to be pretty Canadian to pull off a double there, and I don't even think at a high level you would try to get the double. I think you just get 1 out of there and let them hit you out for 2.
Yeah, and for Dairy Queens, 2 is good for sweeping coast to coast to score here, but that would still put them down by 3 without hammer on the last end.
Yeah,
that's a
and Michael with
not
the
great position.
Yeah, and Michael with a good solid takeout as needed. So
the yellow's still out counting it. So even if they miss, yellow will get 1. But as Dylan just said, 1
yeah, he definitely
really doesn't help.
You definitely don't want to be 4. Sheet A, this is the hammer, isn't it? And
oh my goodness.
What just, okay, in off the yellow and, oh!
Well, let's do a replay
Are you
on
kidding me? Are you kidding me?
that.
Shot of the tournament. And they're going to shake hands on that, it looks like.
Let's
wow.
see this again.
Oh, DeBow, we're showing it replay there. Oh, boom, boom. Oh, beautiful.
A long in-off.
And that
at the perfect angle. The angle had to be perfect, and the weight had to be perfect to get that one that was scoring out of there.
And that led to handshakes.
Yes, it did.
Because that scored 2 more for We Are Knuff, put them up 8 to 4.
Hammer on sheet C.
Yeah.
And just a draw attempt.
Huh.
Because that red one isn't counting, so they just wanted to draw attempt, but it comes up short.
Oh, dear.
1 yellow. And will that be handshakes, or are they going to do? Don't see any handshakes yet.
There they go.
Oh, there they go.
There they go.
And handshakes on sheet C.
Okay, so a 4-point. Yeah, because that still left Dairy Queens up 4. So we have a concession with a 4-point margin, concession with a 4-point margin, concession with an 11-point margin. On our feature, Courtney throwing hammer against. Okay.
Still only the 6th end here on.
Still only the 6th end. Now, can she get a delicate weight tap to knock this yellow back, or is she just drawing around that guard that's way out there? It looks like, no, she must be drawing around that guard to get, biting the 4 would get her 1. Sweepers are all on it.
This one is going to end up light, so.
Yeah, so a steal of 1.
Yeah, Courtney threw that with a lot of weight. It just must be slow out there on that side.
So they will play on. And I will be back.
It's a nice center line 1 guard. Start the end.
Yep, beautiful, beautiful guard. Just what you call for. Touching center line.
This one's
Draw attempt. Will it stop? No. I think it's sailing right on through.
yep.
Hack weight. It might have been intentional. I don't think so. Not with the game that close.
No, I wouldn't think so. This one looking a little better on weight. Ooh, this is going to be a nice draw.
Yep. Coming in over a little bit more behind the guard.
Oh,
yep.
very nice.
Well lined up with the guard.
Courtney just wanting it to be in there right next to that rock, regardless of whether it's in front or behind.
Yeah, so often you'll try if you can't directly hit a rock, you'll put a corner freeze on the rock so you can hit your own corner.
This one's looking a little wide. Yeah, this one is starting to slow down finally, but
Yeah, it'll end in the house. Okay, well, close to where she wanted it, and it is counting. So, ideally here, if you're Lesbiyinz and Yinzers, you'd want that to not just hit, but roll over behind the guard a little too. Maybe a little offset from the other guard. The problem is it can still set you up for a double. Actually, maybe you'd want it to roll the other way so you're not set up for the double. Yeah, you probably want it to roll away from your yellow. But no, this will be coming. I think they're going to hit their yellow.
gonna get a piece of both. Open things up a little bit.
See, the shot rock is the yellow. I don't know, it's the red on the. So it's
That's okay. Control. Actually, do you like bumper?
Yeah, we're good.
So Courtney's just looking to take out that yellow that was just delivered.
curl a little bit.
Here it comes.
We'll get it. Definitely get a piece of it. No, that's a good. Yeah, good.
Yeah,
solid
that's got a lot of curl, and that is going to do very well.
We have, oh, okay. I lost track of what number I am. We have 25 people watching now and only one game. 26 people watching now and only one game. Interesting. I guess all the Butts County people are still celebrating and left the TV running. As long as you're not celebrating the baseball game from... Anyway.
Oh, there went one red rock.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure Stephen Johnson is somewhere at home appreciating the focus on the lead and second rots. Always complains that we never quite get enough of those, as I find a very important forward of mine on the floor.
Yeah. Whoa. Yes!
Okay.
I believe Courtney wants this one swept.
Yep, trying to get hit a little roll to the inside. I think they got a little more roll than they wanted.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That was a lot of roll.
Wow.
Yeah. But the rock did stay in play, which it's kind of backing for the yellow one, which wasn't ideal. but it's far apart. Doesn't really matter. When you play at their level, they can pick that out.
In case you're just joining us, this game, Lesbiyinz and Yinzers got off to a big lead with 4 in the first end. Courtney and the team from Potomac and Plainfield came back to score 3 in the second, and then steal it to tie in the fourth, and then steal 4 to complete the momentum swing and go up 8-4 in the fourth. Since then, it's been taking 1 and stealing 1 from our Pittsburgh friends to get to this point.
So, I'm sure Courtney wants to hit one of them. Yep.
But to make the roll obviously be jammed.
We're letting Courtney do her own commentary.
Probably doesn't realize.
Control.
Courtney, can you give a shout out to all our sponsors while you're doing that? So. Oh, that reminds me, are the raffle numbers posted somewhere?
I don't know if they posted them after they drew them last night.
There was one prize that's sitting there that I think they left the raffle ticket by it. So because whoever won did not pick it up, or was not present at the time. So
okay,
check your numbers with see if you see a ticket by that.
I guess I will do that in a little bit.
Didn't write your name on your tickets.
No.
Or did you put a ticket in for that prize?
No, there are 2 prizes there.
Oh, 2.
Actually, one of them I dumped a lot of tickets into, so we'll see. I think one of them I put a couple of tickets in.
Well, go look now. Don't keep us in suspense here, Bo.
Okay.
He muted me and not himself.
Yeah, I saw him hit the mute button, and then I heard a clunk. It's like, what?
Just, really showing he did forget which number he was.
Yeah, well, we've been switching around a lot this weekend.
Yep. Yellow just looking to split the house here. See if they can set up to definitely take 2 and tie the game. This one's starting to curl in, and that is
Nice.
fairly well protected, I think, by that guard.
And the well split that they can't double. And so,
Okay,
Yep.
so
either the guard or the shot rock,
Yep.
whichever one.
So what's the result, Bo?
Yes! I got a $50 e-gift card from Broom Fitters.
Nice.
Right, nice.
Insulting. I have had great luck in I've had great luck with raffles recently. And I went to Atlanta. I won a lot of socks. And also a bunch of food from Nashville. And I think I gave about half of it to Freya.
All right, so Courtney clipped the guard with that last shot. Didn't remove it, but moved it over.
where it's not guarding anything really.
Yep. So Yellow looking to capitalize and see if they can really make this end count.
So, well, they got 3 rocks counting, but I'm sure Courtney is hoping for a double here, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say she's looking to line up a double.
Lunch is ready.
And this is a reminder that once this game finishes, it'll be a little bit. So this is our last game for the semifinals. Our event finals will start right around noon, so about an hour from now. So
starting with bagpipes, so the actual game will be more like 12:10, 12:15.
Right, yep.
I assume bagpipes will be here. They're not here yet, but they'll probably be arriving in half an hour or so.
Yep. And I know our bartenders are probably going to start getting the drambuie ready at some point pretty soon.
I will be off to Arlington at some point. Need to figure out timing on that. So I will not be here for much of the afternoon.
Calling the sweepers on to keep it straight. Don't think the double's going to happen, but that is still going to take out one.
If when we had our short spiel here last spring, we didn't have bagpipes. It's just a short spiel, so everybody got kazoos, and everybody played their own tune.
I very much enjoyed the short spiel. I don't think I was in the event final, but I was I won a couple of games. I was playing with Elizabeth Digre, one of our Saturday people.
Yeah, my wife and I won the C event, and that was her first curling ever. So.
Oh, hey.
I sometimes want to do a short spiel with a rental, because sometimes they just reach a point where they're just too exhausted to play a full game, and I think it might be kind of fun to
at least do one end. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a short spiel when it's one end. It's just a shorty.
It is a shorty. That's correct.
So this is Yellow's last rock here.
I think the call seems kind of obvious to do the straight hit. I think it's going to hit to one side, though, and maybe roll a bit.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
good.
It does.
Yep, so...
but red is out counting one of the yellows. So
yeah, so...
But there's no way those two yellows are going, though.
No.
So Courtney can hit that. She could draw the 4-foot. She could...
yeah, if she takes one here, that's still a good result.
Yeah.
Be up by 3 in the last end.
Yeah.
Even if she doesn't have the hammer, being up by 3 is still...
Yep, but as long as she knows that, she'll score 1 this end.
Yep.
But with only a 3-point difference, they still would definitely play that last end, I'm sure.
I would think
Oh,
so.
yes.
Yeah. This should be okay. It just needs to curl a little bit.
Wait for it to curl. It should come.
Here it comes.
Yeah. There it goes. Little sweep.
Yep, nice nose.
On the nose. Bump.
There it is.
One red. Strap on sliders, 9. Lesbiyinz, Yinzers. Still at 6.
That's right. We're up to 29 viewers for one end. Well, what are we going to do to provide enough entertainment to justify this large viewership?
Well, Bo can do us a song and dance routine while we're waiting for the ends to change here.
I do still have a bass it's my backup bass is in my trunk. So I guess I could bring that in. I don't have an amp, though.
Yeah, a little, not quite enough time between ends to get out to your trunk and back and play a song. And
Oh, yeah, I could. I got a good parking space.
All right, so this is what should be the last end of the game.
Yep. Well, if Lesbiyinz Yinzers can get 3, we'll see another end. There's time for 1.
Yeah.
Yep. Some bonus curling.
Yeah. And Courtney calls for this to be drawn in or through. Was this an attempted throw through that was not thrown through? I don't know. How do you score that? Because when you score a throw through, it's an X. So if you don't get the throw through, is it a double X? What do you, Alan McNeil, are you watching? Because we need an umpire's verdict on this. Or Michael or Christine, if you're scoring.
It depends. If that end Red Rock ends up scoring in the end, then it sounds like it's a perfectly good throw.
What if it ends up providing backing for another team's shot?
I think then you'd count it as a 0. For shot percentage.
Or a negative, because you're. I don't know. It blows my mind. And now there's a guard that cannot be ticked, right?
Right.
Or it's just barely touching. So
why? He can tick it further onto the center line. He just can't tick it off the center line.
Yeah.
is Courtney now calling a takeout on the rock that was just not thrown through?
Yeah, take out on their own, so that way they split out instead of a split in.
So there's peeling your own guard, and then there is peeling your own throw through.
Nope.
Oh, it's going to be ticked, and there's.
That's not even just a tick. That's a free card zone.
That's right. Yeah, that's Even under pre-2023 rules, that rock would be removed.
Now the reason they let it go is because Courtney did technically have the choice of leaving things the way, or not Courtney.
Not Courtney, but the Yinzers,
leaving the way it was or putting it back, but of course they put it back. So Yinzers just trying to draw in behind the guard.
We've lost 4 viewers.
I'm sure we'll see him. We'll see him back again at noon.
Yeah.
And they had to take a break.
So this is going to be on the guard, but it's their own guard.
Yes, and bumping it into the range is perfectly acceptable. In fact, although it does mean that Courtney can now say, make this go away.
Now what Courtney would like would this be to hit the red out too.
Oh.
No, that's not what she's calling.
No,
she'd be quite happy if that happened, though. If it didn't jam and stick.
Yeah. Right. I doubt that's really entered her mind right now. And so, Private Detective Teek Washington, or Undercover Police Officer Teek, is going to stick this in the shoes.
Oh my gosh! And suddenly, everything disappears.
She got it.
Yep, Courtney was happy with that.
I think Courtney might be a little cold. Looks like she's shivering a little bit standing here right in front of us.
Problem with being Skip is you don't get much of a workout. So
no, she just sort of radiates nervous energy. She's just a very energetic person.
A little bit of adrenaline it up for this final end here.
Yeah.
This one's carrying in just to the 12-foot.
Yep. Not buried enough.
One or the other.
One or the other.
Get rid of yellow. Anything
That's
yellow.
right. my favorite kind of call, just sort of throw it toward these yellow rocks and
Hit one of them.
hit one of them.
And at this point, if there was a red rock in play, it would be hit that or the red one. Anything. Hit anything.
Yep.
It's actually just need to curl a little bit to hit one of these.
It does, but it's starting to move.
It should move.
It's going to get it. No. Oh,
No.
my gosh. I say that and I cursed it. That's my fault.
Jessica was sweeping that as if to push it over. I don't know. Do you at that point do you not sweep and sort of let it go on its own?
I mean, often when it's moving
trade-off?
that fast, the push it over, it really doesn't make.
Yeah.
I
would
mean,
not
it
think
might
so.
might have make it a couple millimeters further, but it's not going to make a huge difference.
You do it
Right.
to make you feel like you're doing something and
Yeah.
that you'll
Right.
have an effect, even though you probably aren't.
I generally do not run after takeout weight shots anyway. No, it depends. If I have my headband on, I will. One advantage, we talked about hockey players switching over to curling at some point. One advantage hockey players have is that they feel considerably more comfortable moving around on the ice than, say, I do. Okay, a bump that leaves one exposed that Courtney will immediately target.
Plenty of weight from Laura. Looks good. Nobody doing anything. Must be quite happy with how it's looking.
Yep. That's going to
They're on
get
it, but
close to nose, roll a bit. It'll be outcounted by the yellow, but by the end of the end, I don't know if that'll really be a factor.
Yeah.
probably not a bad result because
No.
Yeah.
if they do target it, it'd still have to roll a decent amount to get to get in
Yeah.
towards the center. So
Yeah, nobody cares about that rock. It's on the on
Yeah.
the T line.
Yeah.
It's not really usable by anybody, so it's just
Yep.
gonna stay there.
Yeah,
So they're just-
its job was to remove the other one. So
yeah, so they're just gonna go for a draw here. Try to draw in behind those two that are already in play for yellow.
There's a lot of facets to this story that I'm not comprehending.
And a
Oh,
hush
yeah.
falls over the ice.
you know, all the teams I see playing in Spiels here seem to be having so much fun. Why? How do I get on a team like that? I actually had fun playing the big Spiel. I mean, I like the teammates that I've played Spiels with. It's just that also.
This has already got
Yeah.
a bit of curl going.
Yeah, it's gonna hit their guard
Yeah.
unless it curls past it. That'll be on the
Yeah.
guard, but
Yeah, that is-
promoting the guard's not bad either. So if the
Yeah,
if
it's.
it gets a biter, okay.
I doubt it's what they called, but
No.
not a. And
And that's still
actually, it doesn't
Being-
outcount the red, so that's not that great an outcome.
Well, the red's wide open, so and yellow
Sure.
yellow does have hammer, so that would be the last thing they do would be go after that red.
Yeah,
so is Courtney looking to blow it up here.
I think so. I think she's looking to blow it up real good.
Yeah, I mean the nosing the yellow guard would be a good chance of getting rid of two, but then they leave their red as a guard, which isn't ideal. But probably what they're trying for anyway. Get rid of, at this point, anything yellow they're getting rid of. Is there a yellow that can't score and they're going by the numbers? I would just double out the yellows and not worry if they red sticks.
This is the point where they start counting stones, even though they probably shouldn't.
Okay, bonk, bonk, and how many bonks? Bonk
Just
just
one.
gets
One.
neither of the ones that are in there, but
the red guards their other red, so actually...
it does guard the other red.
That's-
So the end of accidental consequences continues here. Yeah,
It
you're
does.
right. If you were that takes away the takeout for 3. If
Yeah, I mean,
all
you-
other stones were to not.
You can
get rid
still
of-
hit
yeah.
the red shot rock, but you'd spill out if you hit it directly. You'd have to like do it
Right.
a run back of the red to red.
Yeah, so it didn't take out any of the yellows in the house, but it did open them up, and it did close off there. So
The guy that she was saying.
a shot of good consequences there for Laura. Well, you're right. Courtney does look cold. I mean, she really is shivering. She's standing right in front of me. She is legitimately shivering, like, to the point where like
You want to go give her a jacket?
I want to offer her a jacket or something.
Me too.
Yeah,
Thinking the same thing.
yeah.
Like, I don't really need this jacket I'm wearing. To put it on when the warm woman's so
Yeah,
cold.
you can go out and offer her a jacket, man.
I think I might be a little small for her.
Wait, his cousin was in city?
Okay, here comes the draw attempt.
Also doesn't help that they're now the only game on the ice.
Yeah, it makes it that much colder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is it going to clear the guard? Or not the guard, the top rock?
I think so, and I think
No.
I think this is going a bit farther than the
Oh,
crashed.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's not bad. They're split. And they
Sure.
got
It does give Courtney an obvious target here to hit, or even if you want to be really greedy, freeze. But I think probably just hit, don't you think?
Yeah.
It doesn't make a lot of difference. I think she would rather spill out, actually. Because if she just hits and freezes, then there's a kind of a hit and roll attempt under the guard. So a freeze or a roll over towards theirs. Yeah, I don't know. It's.
I mean, I was thinking like a perfect locked-on freeze.
I mean, the
Yeah.
other option she could do is try to double out the two yellows on the other side. Because
Yeah,
again, if you're
just-
going by the numbers.
Yeah. Although one of those is not going to outcount that red.
Yeah.
Unless they
Yeah, if they
tap it
did-
and spill it.
If they didn't have the red rock there, I would go for the pair of yellows and try to
Yeah.
double. But with the red rock there, you're right. You're not too worried about those yellows yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
So
of Courtney's routes.
this is definitely takeout broom.
Oh, yes.
Little.
Trying to hold the line. Should definitely get the hit here.
And
Hoping to be a little
maybe
off
roll a little bit
nose.
to the inside.
Oh.
Roll to the button. Okay.
Okay, well, no choice of what Yinzers do. Hit that.
Yep.
Just a matter of if they can get a useful roll out of it.
I know it. That's
So this is actually
a nice shot.
no. Sorry, Yinzers have the hammer in this
Yep.
end.
Yeah, so just first skip rock for Yinzers coming up next.
So they have to keep this one around.
Yeah, that's the thing about shoot keepers. That's why we got these.
Go Team Pittsburgh. Go Amy, says June on ice. This has been a pretty well-played game against a very good team from our friends from Pittsburgh. Against a team that, if Courtney had actually rigged the draw in her own favor, would not have been playing at this stage because they wouldn't have run into Monica Walker so early. No, I think our Pittsburgh team has played pretty well here.
Yeah, it should be a hit. So they'd like it to cross nose a little bit and roll under, but I don't think that's going to get enough cross. Oh, yeah, actually, well, no, not under, though. Rolled, but not far enough.
All right, so
Courtney's going to try her best to hit that, and we know she can do that.
yep.
So as long as she hits and sticks, it forces Yinzers to go after that one instead of her other red. So, I mean, it's as long as she hits that, I think that's kind of game over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other thing the only chance there would be to,
Some crazy double.
no, it would be to tick the yellow in and the shooter in. Yeah, basically tap the yellow that's on the edge of the 12 and get the shooter to spill in. But I don't think that's. I don't know if that's physically possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you see people make shots where there's a rock outside the 12 and they tick it and their shooter in, but I don't think that.
They are trying to hold this because.
I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah,
It's going to be fine.
there it is.
Yeah.
And they roll it behind the 2 yellows.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
so now
That
that
is-
makes. That is lights out.
That is a dagger.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, maybe if you really wailed the front yellow one on the edge, would it skip all the way over? Nah, you just can't get enough weight on. I think with some magical weight, there may
Yeah.
be a double.
Yeah, you'd have to. A double and stick the shooter? So. Right. So yeah, tick it in, and you're right. It's there. Oh, so you're saying there's a chance? Okay.
Do you mind trying to explain this one to the viewers?
Pray.
Pray. Okay.
Yeah.
That's Ted Halleck talking to us in
Yep.
the background there. So he's agreeing with what we were saying. There's the shot is definitely possible.
Oh! I love what they're looking at here. Oh, I love what they're looking at. They're thinking of hitting the guard, running it in, taking out that red. Both of those would have to spill. The yellow shooter would have to come across the ice, take out the red that's on the other side. So it would be a triple takeout where the shooter ends up sticking.
No, it looks like they've changed in there.
Oh, come on. What's the fun in that?
Yeah. So they are looking to use their yellows as a ram.
Oh, we need to build suspense. Okay. They're totally going to make this. It's on the way. It's on the way. The crowd is completely silent now. Okay. And we're waiting. We're waiting. We're still waiting. No, we're not.
No.
That game has ended. Well, this has been an enjoyable morning of commentary for me. Thank you all for tuning in. Very much enjoyed this. Dylan, thank you as always for running this. Ken, the wizard of the webcast, thank you as always for setting this up.
Thank you, Bo. You're not sticking around for the next draw?
I will be going down to Arlington to watch my son play Yacht Rock, as I said earlier, and I was not kidding. My son, the musician. And again, Courtney just looks so cold.
She's still shivering, even in the warm room.
Yeah. So, nice game, says June. I will pass that on, June. June on ice. In fact, I will show that to them when they come in because they are coming in right now. So, thank you all. This is Bo signing off, and I will see you all later.
Bye.